Let's get started.
It's the Roula and Ryan Show.
Wake up, fool!
Hey, wake up!
It's about to get all stupid up in here!
Right here.
Featuring Eric.
Eric, he is a bad, bad man.
Special K.
The big red K.
Are you threatening me?
I'm waiting for you.
And Sam.
I am a wife! I am a wife!
You've waited long enough. How the heck do you pronounce this woman's name?
Roula. And
Ding dong.
Ryan. 104.1 KRBE.
Good morning, Houston, Texas. It's Thursday,
Yeah.
April the 18th of 2024, and it's 6:02 a.m. with the gang. Roula, Ryan, Eric, Special K, and Sam. It's Friday Eve. Everyone's feeling good. Big things happening today on the radio station. Of course, tonight is the release of Taylor's album.
What's
at
the
11
name of the
o'clock.
new album?
It's the Tortured Poets Department.
How many kids do you think are going to ask their parents if they can have Friday off?
Because they want to be able to
They
at
want to
11 o'clock
stay
to
up
listen
at
to it?
midnight and download
I
it?
just want to listen to it and just listen to it all day. Can I have the day off, Mom and Dad?
Wait, is that what happened
know
with
what my
Outer
parents
Banks when
would
that
say.
came out on Netflix and they wanted to watch
Oh,
it all
yeah.
night? When Outer Banks came out on Netflix and they were like crazy for it. They're like, I'm going to watch it all
I
night.
think about Outer Banks, like you have to be like, I mean, you could be on your phone, but with music, you could put it your earbud, long hair if you're a girl. Sometimes I'm talking to my daughter, I'm like, oh, she's
don't
not
even
even
know.
listening. She's got her earbud in.
That's me. That's me.
Hey, by the way, how do
Big
you
dinner.
do that, Roula? I know
Right.
you say that you listen with one AirPod.
Yes.
But when I take my AirPod, if I take
Shuts
one
off?
AirPod out, it shuts them both down.
It does?
Yeah, like if I take one AirPod out when I'm, running or whatever, I take one out, they both go off. Is there a setting or something?
Maybe, but I usually just
Like
Maybe
it
you-
doesn't, it
maybe
doesn't
you just
work.
start with just one.
start with one.
Yeah,
I
you
always
just have
start
to
with
start
one.
I
never
you just
have
start with
two.
one, you're fine, and keep the other one in the case.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
because
that
you
doesn't-
really get zoned out
That's how mine
sometimes.
does.
I can't hear cars coming, anything. It's dangerous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I only use one AirPod at all times. I will never put both in my ears.
I did a
Because I
hearing
want to
test
hear my
yesterday.
environment.
I did like a physical.
Did
Part of this service I get. It gets a chest X-ray,
How bad?
EKG. I don't know yet. I don't go back till Wednesday. I do all the blood and
They
stuff.
didn't tell you
Why
right
do
then
you
and
think
there?
it's bad, Ryan? It should have been like, so good news?
No,
Like,
even
like,
with the
how
hearing,
bad?
But you sit in
because-
that box.
your
It's like a
hearing.
little box. First of all, I feel like I'm in a magic trick.
Yeah.
They're about to make me disappear.
Does
And
it feel
after
like
a while, I'm like,
soundproof?
You have to raise
am
your
I just hitting
hand.
the button? I have to. It's like a quiz show. So I'm like, I think I might hear something. I'll just
With
hit
the
button.
tones?
Yeah, I'm like,
Right?
am I just faking this? I'll just every
when I
5
started
seconds.
That's how I
laughing,
feel.
Eric. That's when I started laughing so hard, like a psycho in a box when I did my hearing test. I just thought, is that a noise? So I just started laughing so hard because I didn't know when the noises
Plus,
were
you kind
happening.
of hear your heartbeat, and you kind of hear your breathing too. 'cause
It's like
you're-
a vacuum sealed room. It feels real vacuum
Oh, it's a
sealed,
very
right?
quiet room.
yeah. So you're like, I hear myself breathing more than I can hear beeps. I think it's
Yeah.
a beep. I don't know.
And I just hit the button.
Y'all, I did the hearing test last month, and I mean, I failed it bad. Like they
that
said,
sucks.
you more than qualify for hearing aids, and they let me demo some.
Yeah.
And
It's not
I'm
because
like,
you're old. It's because our business.
No.
Your whole life you've had to wear headphones.
I've been listening to blaring stuff in my ears for the last decade.
And what do you do when you leave here? You put headphones in.
Put
Yeah.
earphones in, go for a walk.
You make it worse.
Crank up the music. and
So
you
I
go walking.
demoed them, because now they make them like so small you can't even see them. But I don't like it. I mean, everything sounded metallic. Like
My father-in-law got one from.
like, no
I
thanks.
said that a couple months ago on at Costco. It's the same price as some expensive place. The guy even said, "Yeah, it's the same one, and instead of paying $10,000, it's like $3,500 here."
Wow.
Really?
But
Good
this
deal.
is a
There
different
you go.
name brand. They must sell that brand to hospitals or something. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
But his is like you can like Bluetooth on it.
Mm-hmm.
So your phone, you take a phone call, it's right in your ear
Wow.
and stuff.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
But
kinda
I think
figured.
I'd rather just be kind of.
What were the years of the?
Don't
Wasn't
wanna do
there like in movies the guy would hold like a big old like a cone to his ear and stick it in his ear to listen to you?
Try and hear it better.
What are you saying, Sonny?
Yeah, it was like a huge like
Yeah.
Yeah, was that a
10-inch
production
diameter.
company? That was a production company's
kind of like the RCA, like that little
Yeah.
thing for that record.
Yeah, like
Phonograph?
yeah,
phonograph.
Was that something back in like the 1800s? The old man would have a big old thing
like a
sticking in his
horn
ear.
sticking into his ear.
I mean, I definitely remember, if I go back into my music history, I definitely remember when I damaged my hearing the first time, and I wasn't even on radio yet. I was on vacation overseas, and we were in a club. And this is before you had streaming music. This is before, I mean, if you liked a song, you had to actually buy the whole album of something to get the song, because most times they didn't even sell like a single of it on CD, depending on where you were.
Right.
So I had
most
to
times.
spend I mean, I probably spent thousands of dollars on stupid music I didn't care about to get one song. So my friend told me, When we go to this club tonight, I have this recorder. We're going to put it in our bag, and we're going to put it right next to the speaker. We're going to record it.
This
I'm not kidding you.
crappy sounding.
We were 17. And I said, okay, that's cool. So we have the recorder in the purse, and we are right next to the speakers in this club. Because in overseas, there's no age limit to clubbing. And I remember just the speaker was so loud, it was hurting me. Like I still remember where I was standing in that club and how bad it hurt my ears.
Didn't you just flirt with the guy?
So loud.
I mean,
No, because it was the DJ.
and
It was the
say,
DJ. And
cassette?
how's the DJ going to give it to me?
I'm sure
he's
he's got
live
technology.
mixing, and they didn't have technology back then to be like,
yeah.
I'll just drop this to you. You know,
Right.
like wasn't putting it on cassette while he was spinning.
But maybe you meet him there and go, hey, could you make me a copy of this?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if he had the.
Look at my cleavage.
Right.
I don't know if he had the technology to do that.
Oh, they've had technology like that for a long time.
There's the mid
Well, this
'90s.
little small town in Greece, probably not.
A good point.
What is it,
Small town
Kevin?
in Greece, we're lucky that he just had like a CD player.
Nope.
Yeah,
No.
you remember like about 15 years ago, I got a hard drive like a DJ, a club DJ. I did some voiceover for him. He gave me just a hard drive with like all these thousands and thousands of like retro club hits.
And
And I
doesn't it
made a
make you
copy
mad
for
all
Kevin.
the thousands and thousands of hours you spent trying to burn an individual
Oh,
single
yeah.
into your computer?
Oh, yeah.
That was Ryan's jam. When we first started the show, he's like, oh, I just spent all this time burning all my
Every week.
CDs.
It's
I
like-
burned my CDs.
Remember that? They'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, you like that band? Here you go. Boom. Yeah,
Burn
like,
my
here's the
CDs.
U2 greatest hits. Here's the 90s.
Yeah, I made everybody like
The
greatest
things
hits.
that we can't get time back for that were so
Ryan's like, I wasted 10
time-consuming.
hours at least.
You know what's funny
I did not
is
do that.
Yeah.
I split up my, let's see, my wife and I, my first wife, we split up 13 years ago, and I still have there's a closet upstairs in one of the spare rooms, 2,000 CDs.
2000.
in crates.
Y'all fight over that in the divorce settlement?
Yeah, did she want some?
I want the
I'm like,
CD collection.
if you want them and you want to try and rip all that into your computer,
Give him mine.
good
I
luck.
gave about a year ago. I gave him like hundreds of CDs. I think.
Oh, really? Ahmad, do you ever listen to the CDs or do you just rip them?
Do you have a
So
device
I
for
do
it?
have a CD player, but it's more so like to collect. You never know what's going to happen with streaming.
Oh, is that why I'm on?
The streaming went down.
Actually,
Yeah.
that brings
That's a
up
good point. You never know, but
Doomsday Sayer.
And it's kind of like the digital
Fallout over
camera.
here.
The real digital camera is back. The high school kids think it's cooler.
Our
to
digital guy has
to find
one.
a regular digital camera.
Oh, I
like my
remember
niece was
those.
like, "Do any of you guys have your old digital cameras? Because it's like a cooler effect to have like a real digital camera."
I think we have a Roula and Ryan digital camera I could
Do we?
find and
Oh my
send
God.
home
Okay,
with you for
good
them.
times. I would
you can
love
see
that.
what's on it.
Selfies.
And
The interview with Matthew Knowles.
oh, really? It was on a
cool.
digital camera. Nice.
Of all things.
yep, our buddy.
I got to write this down too because it reminds me we should bring that back. We did it 2 weeks ago. It was a huge hit on the phones. What stupid thing, like what petty thing did you fight over in the divorce? We should
Oh,
bring
yeah.
that back because we got so many good calls over that. The
We should
lady-
get that sponsored by a divorce lawyer.
Totally. The lady who was the paralegal who
sales.
called and said they fought over
There you go.
6 Yankee candles.
Help you out.
Yes.
The Yankee candles. It was a power play more than the monetary, but still.
Hey, Mom, do we need people for the round table? Because I know some people canceled.
So I have one person. If anybody could come up here by 7:40 today, that'd be dope. Just
Yeah, we're
text
looking for
in.
somebody that like
6 o'clockers, listen
grow
to
up here.
this.
Yes.
If you are a transplant, and the transplant means you were born somewhere else and now you live here.
country.
You've
Different
transplanted
country.
here.
You were not born in the
But
U.S.
you are global transplant. You have moved here from another country. We would like for you to call Ahmad right now at 713-390-KRBE if you're available to be part of our roundtable where we have a variety of people telling us their perspective on Houston after, moving here. We had some people lined up, but, with jobs and meetings and people's schedules, they had to drop out. So we have some spots open.
Yes, I already have Angelina. She is an Italian born in Brazil. She has a really, really
It's a
interesting
twofer.
story. Yeah.
oh wow.
It's a twofer.
So we'll at least have her.
So 713-390-KRBE, if you can come to our building, which is at Westheimer and Gessner, by 7:45, that would be great. We can meet you. You can tell us your perspective on Houston after moving from wherever you
What
live.
do you think? The food here, what you miss, your country, stuff like
Yeah.
that. It's just fun to see.
We call it the Worldwide Roundtable.
It's eye-opening.
The Worldwide Roundtable. Okay, so coming up next, we have the 100 most influential people. And sorry, guys, we didn't make it again for Time
Damn.
Magazine.
Dang.
Sorry.
Darn.
We did make it again. But we'll tell you who did. And some of them are surprising. Here's your weather for today.
Okay, so we might see 90. They say high 89. Maybe we'll get lucky.
Already?
To 90, we'll set the record. Right now, 75 degrees and 611 on the Roula and Ryan Show.
What up, what up, what up? Listen. Get ready. This is Roula and Ryan's Celebrity Scoop.
KRBE.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, the Golden Bachelor, it's over for Gary and Teresa. Divorcing after 3 months of marriage, after that big to-do live wedding on ABC hosted by Jesse Palmer from Rooms to Go.
Did he sell furniture in between?
Rooms to Go.
Hey, guys.
Product placement.
Hey, Gary, sit on this beautiful couch.
Those pews.
Interchangeable.
From
And every time I see Jesse Palmer, I have to say this to newbies who don't maybe remember this, and I'm talking in the room to Ahmad and Sam off the mic. When Jesse Palmer was a bachelor, do you even know he was a bachelor?
Yes.
Okay, he was the Bachelor because he was on the New York Giants. He was the first time they left this in there, which was golden television. It was amazing. He messed up a girl's name when he did the roses, and he was like, Samantha. And then another girl moves forward, and then he's like talking off the mic like this to Chris Harrison. He's like, we have to take a break. I don't know who that girl is.
Yes.
He didn't want to give a rose to that girl, but he messed up her name. So she's like all excited, and he's like, okay, we'll give you an extra rose. Just include her in this group.
Had he had a date with that girl?
No, it was the first night. You know, like that
It was the
first
first
night when you
night,
meet all
okay.
26 girls, you
that
gotta
girl-
cut it down to like 18 of them.
Did that girl ever know?
Well, when the TV show aired, she did.
Right.
Did I know, like it's a pity rose?
It was a pity rose for sure. Jesse Palmer had to give a pity rose. Anyway, so Gary and Teresa have called it quits, and the story so far is that she's in New Jersey, he's in Indiana, sometimes in North Carolina, or is it South Carolina, and they just couldn't find a way to figure out where to live. But some people who have conspiracy theories regarding Bachelor Nation say it is financial issues that drove them apart. Because apparently Teresa has done very well in the stock market.
Oh.
And maybe Gary thought that was extra attractive. She had
Oh, come on.
Are you trying to say he's a gold digger?
possibly. One fan says, his attitude completely shifted when Teresa mentioned that she got into investing later in life and had done really well for herself. He was suddenly 100% into her, despite ignoring her for the first half of their date.
Well, I'm sure they signed a prenup.
But
Yeah, they did.
people, the producers are editing and the directors
Right.
are showing you what they want to show you.
Right.
Like,
Not
it's
what
not-
actually
Control
happened.
the
It'd be
narrative.
different if you were at a restaurant and you saw them in real life and you heard them talking.
Yes.
You're just watching this show and you're just coming to your own conclusion.
I mean, what
No,
do we
it's
learn
real,
from
Eric. We were there.
No, yes, yeah. What did we learn from Cam Ayala? I can't remember whose Bachelorette season he was on, but he was like so bothered. And even the guy we had on Raw Feed when I wasn't here, we had a Bachelor contestant on Raw Feed.
Yes.
And he said he was so mad because he's like walking away for some other
He had to
completely
go-
innocent reason.
He had to
Yes.
go to the bathroom,
What's that guy's
and he was in
name?
a hurry.
Horseman?
Cam. Yeah, Cam.
No, that
Well, no, Cam is
Cam's from here.
yeah. But there was a guy from I wasn't here on that Raw Feed day.
The
but-
guy was on Stagecoach. He slept with like 3 girls from Stagecoach, the big concert thing. That was his big thing during the
is that
summertime.
is that the fake Coachella? It's called
It was
Stagecoach
part of. I think they're.
because there were
That's just
coaches
the
in it.
country version.
So
Okay.
he had
California.
to go to the bathroom.
There's something
and
Horseman from Denver.
He was really like, oh, I've got to go. And then they cut it to make it look like he was.
Storming off
Blake.
or something.
Yeah, Blake Horseman.
That's right.
Hortzman.
Horseman or Horseman?
HORTSMANN.
What
Horseman.
season was that to say? Like which
Oh, no.
Bachelorette?
But it was during the summertime one. That's when I first met Cam
Okay.
Yeah.
and Blake. And I watched that season, and they're like, every girl's like, yeah, I slept with him. I slept with him.
Oh man. Well, every contestant we've ever met in real life, we all know now that production is production is production, and yes, they will take the most innocent of things and manipulate it to make it look like it's dramatic or whatever.
Because
it
they
is.
see the whole. They have the
Picture.
whole thing
It's like,
recorded.
I wasn't storming off. I was racing to the bathroom because I had to pee.
Right.
That sucks.
So I don't know if there's any weight to that story or not, but again, there is a prenup, so it doesn't really matter. If that's maybe he's going to try and like. Just 3 months in when we're so in love in this marriage, or 6 months in or 9 months, she'll be like, let's rip up the prenup, give you all my money.
I wonder if anyone has a prenup out there that's like they're not rich. They just have a prenup like they have a big collection of like beer cans. Or,
You're
know,
not getting my comic
Or-
book
my
collection.
bourbon. You're not getting my bourbon. I'm just,
I don't know if it'd be for a collection, but it could be for somebody who's not wealthy but has something that means something to the whole family, like a family home or something that they want to protect that the other person
Well,
can't
she's not
get
entitled,
if they
or
break
he's
up.
not entitled to that anyhow.
if they're living in it.
It's community assets that were accrued.
But what happens
while
if all of a
they're
sudden
together?
say that happens? It's my house. I get married to Roula, and then all of a sudden we decide she's like, "Oh, I don't like this room. Let's get a whole
Change
new
it.
kitchen. Let's spend $200,000 get a new bedroom, kitchen, deck." So we took $200,000 of our money together,
Yeah, community funds.
and then we get divorced.
So then,
What happens then?
you
You
have
get
to-
$200,000 back.
then that's a different story.
Could you lose the whole house though, or do you just have to like the $200,000 that
You'd have to pay up, I would think.
stuff like
that's what I'm
that?
saying. I feel like maybe some people have done some form of documentation to protect things that are family heirlooms or family.
Yeah, all that stuff you had before you
Whatever.
got married, if you, say, unfortunately have to get divorced, that's still your stuff.
But if you change it though, I wonder what.
If you
happens.
bought that stuff during the course of your marriage, then you got to split it up.
Well, Time Magazine's list of the most influential people of 2024 is out, and none of us are on it because,
We're not.
Why would we be?
Just joke.
In Houston, we should be.
Yeah, it's true. For music artists, or creative artists, like actors and whatnot, we've got Dua Lipa on there.
Nice.
Dev
Okay.
Patel. We learned we knew him from Slumdog Millionaire the first time. Most people had never seen him before that. Slumdog Millionaire. He's got some new movie coming out that I keep seeing previews for. And I don't know if it was
Is it
during
out?
sports or what. It's like a scary, violent movie.
It's like monkey something.
Something with monkey, and it's so I
He puts
can't
a
even watch
mask
the
on.
previews.
I think he wants to get revenge on the guys that killed his parents.
Revenge.
And
My name
he's
is
like a-
Inigo
Is it
Montoya.
Monkey Man
Yeah, I think
Monkey
that's it.
Man.
on
With
Netflix?
Dev Patel.
It's on Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, sweet. I thought it was like one you had to go see in the movie theater.
No, it says it's supposed to be on Netflix. Give me one
I got the
second.
ad
You can keep
for it.
talking. I'll tell you more
So maybe
about it.
I thought it came out last week or something.
Anyway, so he's on the list of most
Cool.
influential.
It is in theaters.
It is in theaters?
Sorry.
Okay.
It came out April 5th in theaters, but it said it's going to be
Going to Netflix.
on Netflix.
Smart.
You know how
That's
like
good.
when Netflix pauses when you walk away from too long, then you start
Are you
getting
still
like
watching?
ads that pop up.
Or
It'll say
Still watching your
Peacock,
heartbeat
too.
still?
or it'll say coming soon.
How does it know
Still
that?
live?
But I can watch like Suits 5 hours in a row. That thing never pops up. Are you still watching?
Oh, it's happened to me because I leave it on like
Well,
most
I
of the
mean,
day.
But if you leave it though, but it's like,
if you
how
pause,
does it know? Does it know you?
Yeah.
it only does that when like if I paused
if you pause
show and then I walk out and go to the bathroom, get distracted, I come back and then that screen with all the ads starts popping up.
Well, the difference is before there was streaming and I would just have a regular TV on. If I left my house to go grocery shopping and I came back, the TV is still running. When I do that, if I have streaming TV now. I don't actually have a box or a satellite or anything like that. It's just streaming TV. I will leave my house, the TV on. I will come back to my house and the TV is not on.
Yeah, it's
like
like-
it just
It just turns off.
yeah.
I mean,
And I'm like-
TV's watching you.
It is. Other people on the list of 100 most influential for Time Magazine: Patrick Mahomes. I'm sorry, Texas Governor Greg Abbott made it as a leader. Argentina President, California Governor, Maya Rudolph, America Ferrera, 21 Savage, Divine Joy Randolph, who won the Oscar, Michael J. Fox. I was thinking,
Yeah, why is he the news-
why is he on there? That's why I was like,
He's been popping up lately.
He has, because he said about how it's so much harder now. I mean, it's so much easier now to become a star. He was saying this is like so soft.
He said
now
we
to
had to have
become
talent
celebrity. Yeah, you
back
had to
in
have
the
actual
80s.
talent, and you had to actually really work for it. Now it's like, oh, I got this lipstick, and I like viral sensation people, like influencers, like
But I
that
like
is
it.
not talent. You just figure out a way to make money. It doesn't mean you know how to do stuff.
But I like it like the way it is now. Everyone has a chance because
Right, because
before
back then it was controlled by like maybe 4 people.
yeah, and if you didn't sleep with them, you wouldn't move ahead.
I mean, it's very interesting, Eric, how he makes that statement in the time where we're watching shows like Quiet on Set,
Yeah.
where people are being abused, and it's this whole world of like, I mean, that's how Hollywood has always been, and still is. It's a room of people who are going to decide if you are good enough to do this, whether they're going to make you famous or not. Are you going to get this role for, are you going to be cast in this role? And it is such a crazy fight, like a dog fight, because think of all of the famous characters you know of, all the favorite shows you love, and there are other people who are equally as famous now who tried out for those characters,
Yep.
and they didn't get it.
But I
or
think what
the
he's
characters
saying-
we know didn't even try out for that character; they tried for somebody else, and they said no. Like Courtney Cox tried out for Rachel, not Monica.
He's just mad because now that like people don't watch TV like they used to, and now like you said, people are TikTok stars.
Well, I think maybe what he's implying is that look, when I was famous, when I was famous, it's because I really put a lot into it. I was acting. Now the Kardashians are famous, but because they're good looking.
Yeah, it's like
It's not really a talent.
But even like podcasts, right? We see people like if you're famous, they're doing them now. Celebrities are doing podcasts. I'm like,
Yeah.
And they're making
Lowe.
a lot
and they're
of
making
money.
way more money than we're making, and they can't do this. They can go because they just have their rich friends come on, their famous friends come on. They just talk and they tell stuff that we want to know about, and they don't know how to like do teases or how to you know,
Drive
you
content.
can only talk
There's
in
a
certain. They can
difference.
just turn on the mic and go, "Hey guys, go as long as you want."
Yeah.
So it's different.
There's a difference between podcasters and broadcasters.
Yeah.
There really is.
And
the celebrities
sometimes
are doing all
we
that stuff.
broadcasters are podcasters. You can hear our podcast
Yeah, we
on
do
the raw
both.
feed at krbe.com. And download the KRBE app if you've not heard it, and you can have some fun there. One last one that I want to... they're going to make this a TV special, by the way, on May 12th on ABC. You can see the whole list and all the famous people that are going to be on this list. What was the last one I wanted to hear? I thought it was kind of funny.
Who's
Where
number
is it?
one? Does it say?
They have them by categories, so there's not really a number one. You know, they've got innovators. Well, I like that America Ferrera is under pioneers, not actors. They didn't put her in the creative.
It's like
artists.
Elon Musk, and the worst thing he ever did was buy Twitter because then people will bash him and stuff. I'm like, the guy still a genius. I mean, the created Tesla and then the rockets, and he's done some amazing. We need people like
Not
him.
the Houston Rockets,
Yeah,
actual Rockets.
He did ruin Twitter, though.
Not the Houston.
I mean, if that's the worst thing he did, who cares? He's
Now, is it he ruined Twitter because he changed the name? Like, are we just mad because it's not Twitter? We're like, oh, X, whatever, it's Twitter.
I never used
You
it
know what I
before
mean?
he bought it, and I don't use it now.
Twitter's always
So,
toxic. I like it just to see what's happening. Like,
It gives you updates,
Yeah.
like fast updates.
yeah,
Like what's happening. in
I
the
get
news.
most of that on Instagram, though.
I don't get that at all
no,
on Instagram.
absolutely does not do up to the minute updates. Their chronology is so messed up. I will get a headline from a news channel 2 days later. I'm like, what is
Oh,
how?
I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
Why
yeah.
isn't this up to date? Like, why is this not up to date? The one thing I did notice about X when I went into it last time is I used to be able to open Twitter, let's say, and it's just on whatever I was on, and I would have to scroll it down to get to the most
Yep.
recent thing. Now, as I'm reading what I'm reading, it
changes.
just keeps
refreshes.
refreshing, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't finish what I was reading.
Or you see the story. Go, oh, this is a good story. And all of a sudden, it just disappears.
It just, refresh. The refresh is
I like
too
the old
fast.
days how you could just use your finger, push it down, and then it
Scroll.
would refresh.
Yeah, the trigger on that is too fast. Okay, coming up next, we're going to do a 6 o'clock hour version of Roula's Relationship Roulette. It's something that I do on weekends with Roula, and people throw me different questions all the time, or we should think of different scenarios. And one of them that we're going to tackle today, you can call us at 713-390-KRBE to answer this question. When you are on a first date or newly dating somebody, what is something that they probably need to know pretty quick? What is? I should probably tell this to you about me.
It's blank.
I need to share this with you before we go any further. Fill in that blank. What is it you have to tell somebody when you first start dating them about you? Like, you want to tell them you have kids. You want to tell them you're sick. You want to tell them that you're whatever it is.
Just got out of jail.
You don't like to eat foods that are the color green.
Yeah. I have a buddy that has 3 testicles. I don't know if he brings that up on the first date.
All right, 713-390.
Or just saying, you're in for a surprise in about fourth date.
Surprise! Okay, so what is it that you have to share early on because this is what's going on in your world? Tell us what that is next on the Rule and Ryan Show.
It's KRBE with more of the Rule and Ryan Show.
All right, Roula, your relationship roulette.
Roula's Relationship Roulette. What is something that you have to tell somebody when you first start dating them because it's just one of those things you got to get out there? 713-390-KRBE. We're starting it off with Maylee. Hi, Maylee. Good morning. Hi, Roula. Hello. It's so
You know
early in
what?
the morning.
What's wrong?
Phones are dead.
The board?
Oh my
Yeah,
God! The
hold
machine,
on a second.
the
Hold
part of the board. So we're having technical
Okay.
problems on the thing called the board. The board is
The
like the
control
mothership
board.
with all the buttons, and some of it went dead this morning during the show. And I was like, "Oh, is it going to work?" And it did. But now
Let's
I
see.
think
I think it's working now.
Maylee, hi, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yay.
Right, yay.
Okay, good. All right, Maylee, tell us something you have to share with people when you're newly dating them right away.
I cannot stand
Oh, your
seafood,
phone cut out.
especially clay.
Oh,
Your
no.
phone
She's
cutting
breaking
out.
up. I think she said, I cannot stand seafood. She's got to put that out there right
Especially what?
Oh,
Clams.
seafood?
Clams.
Like mussels?
Yes, like mussels.
Okay.
I was at a seafood restaurant with my mom and ate them, and it turned my stomach upside down.
Oh, man.
So
it's
I
hard to
hear what
hear.
you're saying.
Yeah, the phone's-
You were at a seafood restaurant, turn your stomach upside down. Now listen, mussels and clams, not the most common thing that people are like, you don't like, we can't eat anything here because it's all clams. It's all mussels. You know, but like if you say you don't like fish or shrimp, I mean, you don't like any seafood, I got it. But really, like, if you can't eat any seafood, that cuts down on a lot of things that people.
You just put that out there before you even go on the date. You know, it's
So
like,
never sushi.
not
That's
my
how my
preference.
sister-in-law is. She hates
Yeah.
seafood. So my brother only eats it when he's with my parents
That
or if he
sucks
goes
that
out.
they hate it. So
I've always thought
I
to
like
myself,
that
if I
too.
I
didn't.
feel like they don't like it because they tried it when they were a kid and they never gave it a chance.
Right.
'Cause
Or
there's things I never gave a chance. Now, I probably should try a tomato.
Your palate
Yeah, you should probably try
changes.
tomato, Eric. Tomatoes are amazing. If I was not raised in a seafood restaurant, I could see how I could be in that category. I think that for a lot of people, seafood is off-putting. They're like, oh, it's fish or octopus or calamari. What is that? You know, like it could be like a scary food. They're like, I don't want to try that, but it is so dang good.
Like oysters, I tried an oyster once. I need to try it again. Maybe we should try it Tuesday.
You didn't
Try
like it?
Tuesday raw oysters?
Yes.
I just feel like I'm sucking down the, I don't know, snot or something.
That's not how it is.
That's gross.
It's not.
You put
not
hot
how
sauce
it
on it
is.
or something at least?
You put a lot of things on it. You can do, it's called mignon sauce. It's like a vinegar-based kind of thing.
I
with
feel like
some,
you have to do that, right?
I kind of like
cocktail
foods that
sauce.
you don't have to put something on.
And I'm
it,
like,
where it's just good.
Some people don't want
naturally.
anything on it. Some people just like the taste of the saltiness of the sea in the oyster.
Oh, it's like
That's what it
what's
is.
that umi or whatever? What's that? It's like a sushi
Eel?
roll, but it's like tastes like the sea.
Oh, no thanks.
Is it umi?
I don't know.
sushi.
Depends what sea.
Sea urchin? Oh, I think it's
Maybe
sea urchin
or something. I tried it once.
Yes,
I'm
I've
like,
never had that, and I'm not
I'm
interested.
like, this is just. I just
Thank you.
got hit
That's-
with a wakeboard, fell in the sand, and just ate it.
Really? Okay, yeah. See,
But people-
all
it's
the
acquired
seafood I
taste.
like, I will not do sea urchin. I
It's like
just
that stinky
cannot.
cheese we talk about, tilapia.
Oh, Delagio cheese. It
Delagio?
smells like feet.
Oh yeah.
Actually, just the cheese section smells like feet.
When you walked in, like Central Market, they've got this one section. You walk around the corner, and it's like, whoo, it's like dirty gym bag.
Dirty gym bag.
That cheese, I'm
It's
telling
like
you.
more like sweaty socks for sure. Some of those cheese aisles. Okay, Tracy's up next. We're asking her, what is something you've got to put right out there? Put it right up front when you're first dating somebody. Tracy, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Hey,
Great.
we're good.
Fantastic.
So, what do you share with
Good.
new people you're dating?
So there's two things, and the first thing is that I let them know that I have a gay son, because some people don't accept and whatever, so they need to be accepting.
Got it.
you.
Okay, that's
Okay.
good to know. Because at first I was going to say, why does it matter? But I see.
Oh,
if the
yes.
person
Yeah.
starts
You
saying
wanna make sure you're
derogatory
not
things, you're like,
dating somebody who's
hello.
prejudiced.
But I wouldn't say
Yes,
something
yes.
right away. I'd wait a little bit
Because
to
you
see.
won't know who you're with.
What if they said something
Yeah.
bad?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I
What do
see
you
what
think
you're
come out?
saying.
What do you think
Yes.
about gay people?
Oh, Lord.
Right,
Sam and I were
right,
at dinner
yeah.
the other night, and I didn't get clocked yet, but they're dropping the F word.
Oh, my
Oh
God.
my gosh.
So, Tracy, so you come
Yeah,
right out with
actually, I have had that happen before, and I just don't want to hear it.
Well, I think it's
Right.
good that you put it out there. That way you don't have to waste your time with somebody who's bigoted.
that. Yeah.
Exactly, and that's my feelings about it.
Thank you so
And the
much.
other thing.
That warms my heart to hear that.
And what's the second thing? You said there are two things.
Yes, the second thing is I was in a relationship with a guy for 8 years. Their mother wasn't in their lives, and when he left, he ended up being a piece of you know what, and he's not in their lives either. So even though they're not my blood kids, they're my kids, and they're very involved in my life. And some
Yeah,
people
but-
don't accept that either.
Wait, I'm not
Really?
sure. You were with a guy who had children.
But you
who,
treat him like
Right.
who ditched out on his own kids and you took over. Is that what you're
Correct.
saying? Okay,
Okay.
wow.
So they've
you
got to
have
be
got-
accepting of
So
children.
wait, you dated somebody and you told them that story? They weren't into it. They said no.
No, I mean they didn't say it, but you just can tell because I
Can
have
say.
three kids.
Uh-huh.
So I put it as I have 3 kids, but in reality I have 5.
Oh,
So that's
good
a
for
lot.
you.
How can I ask how old the kids are right now?
Right now,
Yeah.
we got a 25 and a 24-year-old, and then my biological children are 29, 26, 22,
Wow.
and that was it, right?
Are any of them? Are any of
You got
them
the round
living
table
with
for
you?
the 20s right there.
You
in
got
your
a lot of
house.
weddings
Do
to
you have
happen.
any
Yeah.
children living with you right now?
I did when they were younger, and then now they all have their own lives. And,
Okay.
You know, but we are very involved, and I have my youngest daughter living with me.
Okay.
Well, let me ask this question. I mean, these are adult children now. So if you're on a date
Correct.
with somebody, it shouldn't really matter that you have 5 kids. It's not like it's
You would
5
think.
kids.
But still have that
You
problem.
would think.
Uh-huh.
You'd be surprised.
Really?
Yeah, because
Yeah, because I think Amanda's like, oh, wow, your house must be crazy with 5 little kids in there. But they're all adult kids. You think, oh, okay, you got
maybe
full
they still
life.
have to, like, if they're really, she's really active with her kids, you have to go to 5 different families.
Right.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, yeah,
Be
do it this
aware
weekend.
that I'm very, family oriented. I can't always be, darting off on a vacation. I've got my family to think of.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Julia, we don't have time for a call because we're running late. I know we have to do this star test because it's star testing time. But Julia, can you hear my voice? Hi, it's Roula. Hi. Hello?
She's up.
Anyway, Ahmad off the air, get her call because it says she has a list of things.
Oh, good.
And I want to know what it is. 713-278-VENT. That's 8368 on your phone. If you can call us there and tell us what is something you come right out with when you're newly dating somebody because you just need them to know this. All right, now it's STAR testing time. Different schools are doing it on different days for different grades, and it's all over the map. And over the years, we've had so many teachers who are stressed out, so many parents who are stressed out for their kids who are stressed out. Administrators are really like trying to amp up the kids. Like, what are we going to do to get these kids in a positive mindset?
So you're going to motivate them, Kevin.
With Special K. Thank you. That was fun.
Oh, man, the
Texas Hold'em
beehive
party.
is coming out of the layer.
No, that's so great. That's so cute.
It's being positive.
Thank you, guys. Yeah,
That is
yeah,
so
yeah.
great. Now listen, any teacher or administrator who just tuned in is like, wait a second, what is this? Oh my God, I love this so much. It's going to be on podcast after the show. If you want to play it for your kids tomorrow, we'll play it again later in the show.
I wonder if you can put it up now.
Can you think you put it up now?
The song part?
I can probably put it up somewhere right now. Where would be a good place to put that? Just on our podcast? You could only just hit play.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll put it on the
somebody
podcast.
has, maybe they want to download it here when they get to school at 7:20.
Okay,
or something.
I will go do that right now.
KRBE.com, guys. KRBE.com or download the KRBE app. He's going to put that on the podcast page. That's where you're going to find it. It is the Texas Hold'em parody for the STAR test.
That was really
2024.
good.
Special K. Bravo.
job.
Yeah, coming up next, we've got Roula and Ryan's Roses.
Yes, it's Thursday. Somebody thinks their mate is stepping out, and we're going to figure it all out for them. Woo!
are cheating.
Woo! Next on the Roula and Ryan Show.